Hello everybody, welcome back to W12 Universe. My name is Jitch and this is Monday Night Raw. We're kicking things off with a really big match as Batista is going to go one-on-one with Kevin Nash. I'm going to let them get their introductions before I talk anymore though, so enjoy.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Approaching the ring from Washington, weighing 290 pounds.
Oh, so close to having his pyro actually synced. So close. I couldn't remember if it was or not in this one. Anyway, so Batista is coming out. He's going to be facing off against Kevin Nash because this Sunday at Fatal 4-Way, it's going to be Batista, Kevin Nash, Randy Orton, and Jack Swagger in one big 4-way matchup for the World Heavyweight Championship of Raw. I don't know why I said of Raw as if there's one on SmackDown. There's the WWE Championship. There isn't the World Heavyweight Championship. Anyway, so yeah, Batista going to go one-on-one with Nash to kick off Raw. Really, really big matchup. Up next, we're going to be seeing a one-on-one match between Kharma and Trish Stratus, as they have only ever competed in one match before going into this 4-way Women's Championship match against Tiny Shiny and the former champion Michelle McCool. So that's going to be what we see next. The third match of the night is going to be a big-time tag team match. Oh, sorry, no, that's the next match, and then we have the women's match. Sorry, I had it a little bit mixed up there. Sorry, the tag team match is next, which I'll wait. Sorry, yeah, I messed that up. So we've got a tag team match up next, which is the 4 participants of the United States Championship match competing in a tag team match. The US champion Ezekiel Jackson teaming up with Brodus Clay, who qualified last week, to face off against Team DZ, who qualified a couple weeks ago. And yeah, then we got the women's match as our third match of the night. And in the main event, it's going to be a 2-on-3 handicap match, as per the orders of the Raw General Manager, Mr. McMahon, who's obviously not too happy that William Regal defeated one of his boys in Vladimir Kozlov for the Hardcore Championship. So he's gone ahead and put Regal and Swagger in a 2-on-3 match against the Legacy as our main event. Kevin Nash could be the next World Heavyweight Champion in just 6 days, as could Batista. I definitely think that Jack Swagger's days are looking very numbered. I like Jack Swagger, I do. I think he's started to bite off a little more than he can chew, though. He keeps targeting people, and he needs to learn to stop doing that. But I think Batista is hungry. He's motivated, and I think that it's about time that Batista won the world title, the big one, because he's been pursuing it for so long, and he just never seems to get that fair shot. But come Fatal 4-Way, he's going to be getting a fair shot. It's going to be every man starting at the same time, unlike the Elimination Chamber. It's going to be high stakes, high reward. Just 4 guys, 3 pinfalls until there's just one guy standing, and that last guy is going to be named the World Heavyweight Champion. You know, because that's how Elimination 4-Ways work, in case you couldn't figure that out. Look at Nash, just not selling anything. Got a big week of Universe coming up, as it's the final one before Fatal 4-Way, which means we'll be seeing a lot of big matches, including this just Tuesday night, so it'll be tomorrow night on NXT. We're going to be seeing sorry, I'm having a bit of a brain blur. We're going to be seeing the semi-finals to the Tag Team Championship Contenders Tournament over on SmackDown. We're going to be seeing the teams of D-Generation X up against the Road Warriors, as well as the Misfits up against R-Truth and Mark Henry. And then in the main event, we're going to be seeing the ECW Championship on the line, as Raw's Nemesis goes one-on-one with the ECW Champion Wade Barrett, after Nemesis earned a shot last week by defeating Tyson Kidd of SmackDown, formerly of Raw. I don't know what would have happened if I'd actually pressed the ring escape button when I was standing. Would I have just suddenly flopped to the floor and rolled out, or would I have just not done anything? I'm gonna guess probably just wouldn't have done anything.
Nash has him. Oh man, what impact from that suplex!
And then over on SmackDown, you'll be seeing the Tag Team Championship Tournament Finals, as well as an Intercontinental Championship match between Rey Mysterio and John Morrison. And of course, action from John Cena, Christian, The Miz, and Stone Cold Steve Austin, I'd imagine, as well.
Ooh, and he got dropped.
And it might be high time that Sin Cara defended that Cruiserweight title, actually, as well. So there's also that.
Nash called that.
Ooh, Batista's neck muscles look really weird for a minute there when that was reversed.
Quick kick. Big move coming.
They're like stretched.
Oh, man.
His shoulders like drooped down, but the neck just kind of elongated.
Oh, geez, lights out.
Batista showing the WWE Universe his rage and emotion.
Rage and emotion.
Watch it.
The head bending on a weird angle.
That's it, he's done,
Going for the cover. And Big Sexy gets the shoulder up and one.
he says.
Ah, look at that.
Oh damn, that was a perfectly timed reversal. I was proud of that one.
Back and forth. How do these superstars keep
I
doing
want
it?
to see what damage he's got. Not much. Okay, that's nice. I'm glad I got to figure that out.
And he's getting
What?
out of there.
Oh, you chicken shit. Coward.
Oh my, he splattered on the concrete.
I mean, it could end in a count out, I suppose. It wouldn't really let you know which one's more ready for Fatal 4-Way. Just kind of like a last bit of momentum match, really. Haven't really seen a lot from either of these two on the build to Fatal 4-Way, so they kind of need to prove themselves, don't they?
Batista looking to ignite the fuse.
I didn't actually think that would work.
Batista bomb. The animal's gonna win it.
The crowd got really muffled.
1, 2.
Well, there you go.
Batista wins. Batista wins.
Batista wins. Batista wins. I'm so excited that Batista won.
Here is your winner,
He gets a big victory here tonight.
Love him or hate him.
So Batista picks up the victory. He gets the win. I'm going to pause it. Oh, damn. I want to pause on that face he pulls. Anyway, so when we move on to the next matchup, we're going to be seeing a tag team match now. Brodus Clay teaming up with Ezekiel Jackson as McMahon continues to try and get Brodus to join the Powerhouse. And they are going to be going 2-on-2 with Team DZ, Dolph Ziggler, and Daniel Bryan. Something about Raw coming to you live and apparently in HD as we come on down to this next match. Tag team match, that is. Team DZ set to go up against Brodus Clay and Ezekiel Jackson. Don't know why I had to think about that.
The following tag team contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, from Hollywood Sport, weighing 223 pounds,
Dolph Ziggler has made it his own personal quest to bring prestige to the United States Championship. As happy as he is that that's finally kind of happened with Ezekiel Jackson, it is his goal to make sure that it is him that makes that title prestigious. He wants to win that title, he wants to be a fighting champion, he wants to be the longest reigning champion. Dolph Ziggler just wants to bring some kind of respect to the United States Championship. And who knows, maybe he'll succeed. At this current point in time, Ezekiel Jackson has been holding the championship for 42 days. He is officially... No, he's not the longest reigning, my bad.
From Aberdeen, Washington, weighing 192 pounds, Daniel Bryan.
In order for Ezekiel Jackson to become the longest reigning United States champion, he'll have to hold the title past Fatal 4-Way for 2 days. The longest reigning champion, Kane, held it for 50 days on the dot. This is day 42 for Ezekiel Jackson, so he'd have to hold it past next week's NXT if Jackson wants to be the longest reigning US champion, which, considering we've got a Fatal 4-Way match coming up, that's the most likeliest you're going to see a championship change hands, because Jackson doesn't... Well, he does actually have to get pinned, never mind, it's elimination, I forgot about that.
Opponent from Pasadena, California, weighing 367 pounds, Brodus.
For those that enjoy the stat breakdowns, I will give them to you right now. Ezekiel Jackson comes into this match today 11-6 in terms of a win-loss record. He's done really well for himself, that's for damn sure. The first season in which he was mostly ECW champion throughout, he was 9-5 so far. In this season where he's been US champion, he has been 2-1. Dolph Ziggler, the former US champion, he is 7-9 going into this one. First season hitting a total of 5-7, and so far this season 2-2. His tag team partner Daniel Bryan, probably not very high, 1-0.
The United States champion, Ezekiel Jackson.
So we haven't really seen Daniel Bryan compete much, and Brodus Clay so far is 3-1. So yeah, I'd say that the team of Jackson and Brodus Clay definitely have the upper hand. I could definitely see Ezekiel Jackson walking out still the US champion at Fatal 4-Way when you put the stats on the line. The only other person that I could see dethroning him is Brodus Clay, and that might be why they're trying to make some kind of friendship between Jackson and Brodus heading into the event. Maybe McMahon doesn't want Brodus in the powerhouse to represent and be a member. Maybe he wants him in the powerhouse to try and get him to agree to take the loss to Jackson. Who knows? Alright, so we got ourselves a tag team match, and with Brodus Clay starting things off, it's not really a surprise he'd be nominated to start things off. Obviously they want to hide behind his success, his brute strength.
Great counter there from Brodus Clay.
Dolph Ziggler's best fighting attribute that we've seen from him is the fact that he doesn't really go down without a fight. Both US Championship matches that he's lost to Ezekiel Jackson have featured extremely heavy interference from Mr. McMahon, who will not be at ringside. For some reason, don't ask why, we have this rule where if it's a multi-man match, you're not allowed a manager. It's just the rules.
Too slow.
I believe it's, if I had to guess, it's because the referee can only moderate so much. So that would be why. This is only ever Daniel Bryan's second match. Definitely, oh, okay. I'd say definitely not the kind of second match I think a lot of people would want, but I don't know, he knocked down Brodus Clay pretty easily, actually.
Watch it.
What a chance. What a maneuver.
What a champ.
Wow, Bryan is so quick. I can't wait to see what Bryan does here. 5.
Face first into the table. It's been an incredible night so far, and King.
I mean, a count victory, it's not the best way to win, but it would definitely assure Bryan a victory over Ezekiel Jackson and Brodus Clay. He didn't end up getting the count out, so okay. So it didn't really work too well.
Oh man, paintbrush.
And that drop kick was extremely effective.
I think the best bet that these two are going to have is to try and keep one fresh and hope that the other one can wear the team out enough that they can capitalize. Next though, we got the Raw debuts of Trish, Stratus and Kharma, who have only ever competed on NXT as a tag team. They joined the Raw Women's Division a month plus ago, and only have competed in one match, which they won, and because of how small the divisions are, that immediately put them in top contention for the women's title.
He fights out of it. He breaks the hold. And the ref sees the tag. Good Lord, what impact from the double team. And he finally gets out.
Things will get better as more matches are able to be booked. Because as more matches are able to be put on the shows, more of the roster will get used. More of the women, especially, they'll actually get used rather than, like, I was about to say more of the women, more like they'll actually be used. At the moment, it's a little difficult because I was trying to let the game book the women's division, but the game is insistent that it's going to book the same 4 matches every week and mark them all as remarkable matches, and about 90% of them are cross-brand matches. So at the moment, I can't really rely on what the game is booking. But when you've got a division of like 7, I don't really know how to book that effectively, considering you need designated like losers and winners. It's a pretty tough one.
Now bringing in his partner.
Dolph Ziggler, in my opinion, he's had Ezekiel Jackson beaten on at least a few occasions, and it's only because of McMahon's interference that Dolph Ziggler isn't a 2-time US champion. If Ziggler wins the US championship, he'll be the first ever guy to win it twice. It's had a lot of changes. I think we're up to champion number 6 in Ezekiel Jackson since its introduction back in November. It's definitely one of the lesser esteemed championships until it starts to see some successful defenses.
What a huge move. Oh man, his heat fired up.
So before Dolph is determined to put it on the map,
Daniel Bryan going for the
I don't know what being in a tag team is going to achieve, but that's the way he wanted to go about it. I mean, at this point, everyone just kind of wants their own little allies, I guess.
Right in the face. Nice.
Just because you're in a tag team doesn't mean you've got to solely focus on that tag team after all. I'm just gonna, get poked in the eyes. That's right. I mean, what else are you even gonna do in that situation?
Whoa! And he fights his way out.
That's brave. Dolph Ziggler gonna challenge Brodus to come on in. Jeez, he's so much bigger than everyone else.
The upside of Dolph Ziggler. This young man can do a lot of amazing things in the ring.
Brodus is definitely a natural fit for the powerhouse. I won't deny that. He definitely could easily blend in with the likes of Kozlov, Mason Ryan, and Ezekiel Jackson. It's just whether or not he wants to. We haven't really gotten a clear answer.
Incredibly well-rounded mat background, having both high school and collegiate records in wrestling. In a shot to the solar plexus. Not this time.
Watch it.
Shot to the back of the skull.
Sorry. Every time I wake up in the morning, my nose is all bunged up.
Oh gosh, there's no telling how much damage that did.
The Darren Young special.
And he powers out.
It's always my favorite when that kind of stuff happens. Just gets swat out of the air. Rock bottom. Was everyone just using like Uranagis at one point? Because so many people have them in this and 11.
Look out!
What a move! Can he capitalize?
Yes. Yes, he can. No. I take that back. Oh, he's running away. What a coward. Ah, damn.
You gotta be kidding.
It's the chokey slip.
Simply devastating.
Simply.
His shoulders are down. His partner's being punished.
Wow, ref, what the hell were you doing?
referee getting involved now. And there's a tag.
Oh my god! 2 for 1.
Once again, momentum has changed, and the ref starts the count.
Oh. Please, no.
Right down on that clavicle.
Oh, he has a comeback. Cool. I think this tag team match has just gone on a little too long.
Now it may just be a matter of time. Brian's feeling it.
Whoop. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Here's the tag.
Yeah, there's a good idea. He messed that up. Forgot which button B was.
Whoa! Zigzag. He got him. Dolph got him.
Dolph got him.
Will it be?
Will it be? No, because I don't even know what's happening in the ring right now. So no, it will not be.
Uh-oh, trying to put him away. And then Dolph really caught him there. 1, 2.
Oh,
Shit.
partner there.
Brodus Clay is so fast.
Ezekiel Jackson powers his shoulder off the ground.
Just keep going for pins.
1, 2, and he breaks
Yeah,
the
we haven't done
submission.
nearly enough damage to Brodus is the
Earfall
problem.
in this matchup here. The referee getting involved now.
What a series. Nobody's backing down here.
Oof. Awkwardly targeted.
Uh-oh. This is bad.
Dolph Ziggler's going up.
Whoa, whoa.
Gotta love that targeting, man. Gotta love it. Just wanted to to knock him off the side. I thought that would help a lot.
From that German suplex. Oh my gosh.
No, 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 no. Okay. I'll keep him away from Brodus.
Jarring German suplex.
Maybe try making him tap.
Submission locked in tight. This could do it.
I mean, it's not likely, but give it a go.
And the ref starts to count. What incredible impact. Can he score the pin? 1, 2.
Nice.
Picks up the win.
Just kind of played Brodus. I just waited for him to like leave the ring and thought that's my opportunity. Oh, there you go. Team DZ, the real tag team, should really be the ones that get the win, even if they are against some beasts.
Man, what a contest.
They continue to show their potential as a tag team, and most importantly, Dolph has now got another pinfall victory over Ezekiel Jackson, which is really going to help in the long run. These two looking very promising as they get ready for Fatal 4-Way. Oh boy. Oh no. Oh no. That's our US champion! More updates on that in just a moment. That's not good. Well, I have a medical update based on the news that I have just read, and it says that Ezekiel Jackson has been injured, potentially needing to retire. It was so severe.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Approaching the ring from Toronto, Ontario, Canada, Trish Stratus.
The word-for-word doctor reports is that recovery is hopeless, and this could be the end of Ezekiel Jackson's career. So the United States Championship, as of today, is officially vacated, and someone will be taking Jackson's place in the Fatal 4-Way matchup. That is really, really rough. Ezekiel Jackson losing the United States Championship without even, like, defending it. Without actually ever losing it.
And her opponent from Carlsbad, California, Kharma.
Obviously, as you guys know, you can't actually vacate titles in this game. you have to have, like, what I did anyway, because it makes you use every belt in the game, and there are a lot of belts in this game. So what I have to do is I have a character that's like my off-screen, like, belt holder. Someone that's not ever gonna get used. So basically, Jerry Lawler is the $1 million WCW, WCW World Heavyweight, WCW, WWE, WCW fucking US champion, light heavyweight, $1 million, every belt you can think of that's in this game that I'm not currently using, Lawler's got. And then I gave Michael Cole and JR the tag titles, because I'm not using them. I could eventually throw in Jerry Lawler if I wanted to, because he was actually a wrestler. I might give the belts to someone else and put Lawler on the roster eventually. I don't know. Because he was a wrestler. I probably wouldn't use him very much, but he could be a small NXT guy. He could win the ECW title one day, maybe. That's about as much as I'd use him, admittedly. But, yeah, those are like my belt holders, because obviously McMahon got involved. Oh, okay. Sure.
A scintillating maneuver. Wow, a huge shot to this massive Kharma.
Massive Kharma. Yeah, we got a new US champion guaranteed at Fatal 4-Way now, because Jackson really took a beating in that match, and he is now out with an injury.
Kharma's in control, and quite honestly, we expected this.
I can't believe that happened.
Kharma just basted her. Man, did you hear that? Echoing throughout the arena.
Unsurprisingly, for anyone that's wondering, it has been confirmed that Brodus's replacement, I keep saying Brodus, Ezekiel Jackson's replacement in the US Championship 4-Way matchup will be decided by the Raw General Manager, Mr. McMahon, who has declared it will be a member of the Powerhouse. So either Vladimir Kozlov or Mason Ryan will be competing in Ezekiel Jackson's place in the 4-Way matchup. That's what there is to take away from that.
What a nasty elbow. That's not good.
I think we're looking at two women who are probably going to mostly carry the women's division of Raw on their backs in the future. And both incredibly promising and exactly what Raw's women's division needed, as at the moment the only stars it's got is Tiny Shiny and Michelle McCool, so it could really use these two extras, because I'm sorry, but the Bella Twins and Alicia Fox have just failed to make their impact. It's quite safe to say that they ain't being a big deal anytime soon. They're about as successful as Kelly Kelly.
What's Kharma gonna do this time?
That's a nice little spinning backhand.
Right on the spine.
The next episode of NXT is going to be so long. I just keep thinking to myself, like, oh boy, I'm glad I did the tag title contenders tournament. I think it's been a really fun idea, but good God, why did I why did I do that? Why did I set up
What's it going? Submission locked in, and this might be it. Whoa!
Why did what am I saying
Can you
here?
believe it? This is an undying will to succeed. And Trish Stratus keeps battling back.
Why did I set up a tag title tournament that would end so soon that there'd have to be two tag matches on one show? I like tag matches. It's just obviously back then everyone was very invincible, so they can go on a little long. I have to do what I did in the last match, which is play them against each other and try to capitalize when I see fit. It's okay. It'll be fine. You know, I'm sure the tournament will be fun still. I just got a feeling that for an episode of NXT, it's going to be really long. I kind of want to get to Fatal 4-Way already. I'm really looking forward to that show. I mean, that's what you want, right? that's the goal. That's not a complaint. That's the goal. That's what you want to come out with. You want to be looking forward to the pay-per-view.
And Kharma quickly forces her way up.
I'm pumped. I like multi-man matches because they're so unpredictable. I don't know who's coming out with any of the belts, because I can sit and think to myself, Hey, Jack Swagger, I'd like him to hold the title for longer. Oh, it would be really cool if Christian got back the WWE title. You know, I could think to myself things like that, and I could play those characters and try to make them happen. That's not necessarily what I want, by the way. That's me giving an example. But, like, I can't guarantee that I can do that, because it's an elimination 4-way.
She's looking to get out of here.
Oh, she doesn't have springboards? I don't know why, but I thought Trish would have springboards.
Incoming! And the high-risk move pays dividends. There's something so electric about Trish Stratus.
Electric.
We saw it all in this match, King, and those repeated blows to the skull have definitely taken their toll.
Well, I don't know if the head was
He said that like the moment she started holding her head.
took a lot of damage.
Trish Stratus has got to use the environment to her advantage. The thing is, I think Kharma's survival instinct, her size, her durability, these are all going to be the things that I think lead to her winning the women's title. I'm sorry to ever doubt Tiny Shiny, but I've got a bad feeling that she's in for a really bad time. And I feel even worse that, like, she's not been booked once since winning the women's title. I don't really want her first match as champion to be losing it.
Hitting Kharma like that's so bad for your health. It should have a Surgeon General warning.
What are you doing, Trish?
Look, man, this is brutal.
Well, you kind of deserve this. I don't know what that was supposed to be.
Man, Kharma may have just knocked the wind out of her.
Shoulders down.
That's got to be the end of that.
2, 3.
Well, there you go.
Another notch to her belt.
My prediction for Fatal 4-Way. If I had to make predictions for Fatal 4-Way, I think that's a fun thing to do, actually, is to make your predictions. Okay, I'm just going to cut this off because she's breaking character. The main event is next. It's a handicap match. It's William Regal and Jack Swagger versus the handicap of the Legacy. It's Randy Orton, Cody Rhodes, and Ted DiBiase back together for the first time since Cody's injury. And Cody's definitely changed a little bit, so it should be interesting to see how this one works out for the Legacy. Right, win-loss record times, because I like to read them. So what have we got so far? So Kevin Nash versus Batista happened earlier in the night. I forgot to mention theirs. That puts Kevin Nash at 1-2, whereas Batista has just gone up by 1 point, putting him at 10-5. He's undefeated this season so far. And then in the last match, Trish Stratus and Kharma, well, that just literally puts, you know, Kharma at 2-0 and Trish at 1-1. We already know that. Oh, I forgot to make them come out separate. Son of a bitch. I hate these generic I mean, this one kind of works for them, actually. It's not bad.
The World Heavyweight Champion, the All-American Jack Swagger, and the Hardcore Champion, William Regal.
So as of this current point in time, until a new US champion is crowned, these are the two top champions here on Raw. William Regal, kind of with the hardcore title, he kind of replaces the US title at this current point in time. So congrats, I guess. You see, this entrance kind of works for them. I don't really like it because it's really plain. And a million people have used it, but it kind of works for them. So there's that. Anyway, in terms of this main event matchup, Jack Swagger walks in tonight 10-10-2. 2 no contests, 10 wins, 10 losses. William Regal comes in at a record of 3-6, hence why he went for the hardcore title. He was a natural fit for a belt that's supposed to kind of help elevate. In terms of the legacy, though, Cody Rhodes comes in at 9-9. So far this season, he has not won a match. He is 0-2. Things have been really falling apart for Cody Rhodes. Ted DiBiase comes in at 9-7. Again, he's not won a single match this season so far. And the leader of the legacy, Randy Orton, comes into this main event match 15-6. One of the most successful people in all of this business. In fact, I think he might be the most successful in this business. I don't actually think I've seen a win-loss record as high as 15-6. First time we've seen the legacy in any kind of capacity together since Cody Rhodes' injury. McMahon has been more focused on his powerhouse than he has been on the faction that he favored at the beginning.
There's the bell, and this should
Here we go.
handicap matchup.
And it's not really a surprising way to see things start off.
Not fast enough.
I don't really like Regal and Swagger's chances in this one, and whilst they're not normally the kind of people that I think anyone should support, I do actually think that they've come into this one at a very unfair disadvantage. 2-on-3.
Regal, vicious and physical.
Very clear that these are people that McMahon does not care for. Apparently, it all comes at the consequence of William Regal winning the Hardcore Championship. That's what did it. That's what kind of drove that separation from McMahon and the idea of Jack Swagger as his champion and William Regal just being the guy. He didn't like that Regal got voted into the Hardcore title match. He didn't like that Regal won the Hardcore title. And obviously, it took the title away from his boy Kozlov. Randy Orton, to my knowledge, hasn't really been vocal on it. But, if I had to guess, probably losing a little bit of faith in the legacy right now. They haven't really been living up to their hype. They're definitely still on the winning side of their win-loss records, and they're definitely all looking pretty good. I mean, other than Cody, who's now equal 9-9. Ted's 9-7, though. He's looking alright. Here tonight, I think they're both looking to pick up number 10, which would be number 16 for Randy Orton. That's crazy. Could be a 3-time World Heavyweight Champion coming out of Fatal 4-Way. And then comes the World Heavyweight Champion Jack Swagger. A really big opportunity for Cody Rhodes. I know that Randy's not been thrilled at the treatment the Legacy have been getting lately. Cody Rhodes and Ted DiBiase have both been voted into Hardcore Championship matches in recent weeks, when Kozlov was the champion, and Kozlov absolutely manhandled Cody Rhodes. He didn't show any sympathy to the fact that Cody Rhodes was injured.
Cody Rhodes is a capable high flyer.
Maybe McMahon's gone off the Legacy, who knows. I don't know why. They're a lot more successful than Mason Ryan and Kozlov, and well, Kozlov's been pretty successful, but yeah, and Jackson has too, to be fair, actually. But Mason Ryan, that's a disaster. I don't know why he's put so much faith in him. The guy's not actually won a match since coming in. It's not exactly like he doesn't have the physique to back it up. It's just he can't beat anybody.
Look at the eyes. Look at the intensity with each one of these fists.
Jack Swagger is the World Heavyweight Champion. He's been absolutely ruthless, but one guy he's not had to go through yet is, in fact, Randy Orton.
Well, Swagger's close to 6'6" and already 265 pounds. He's so young, you know he's going to get bigger as the years go on.
And now his partner comes in. Monday Night Raw, WWE's flagship show, a program that helped put WWE on the map.
Legacy not looking too bad right now.
Swagger's extremely arrogant, but there's no doubt.
I think it would have been better if Regal and Swagger had some kind of equalizer in their corner. I don't know who. I don't know who would work with them against the Legacy other than the Rebellion, but I don't think the Rebellion particularly like Swagger and Regal.
Heaving him up over his head. And there's the strength. We'd like to discuss Swagger's technical ability, but he's also extremely powerful.
Oh, yeah. Strong, talented, quick, and intelligent. Jack Swagger has all the makings of a champion.
He has his own sound effects, too.
That's not good. Cody Rhodes, one of the truly great young and up-and-coming superstars in WWE. And he gets out of the ring, stopping this assault for the moment.
This is an interesting move. I said Cody Rhodes, there's something different about him. I think he's the one that's really losing his touch with the Legacy right now. Ted's trying to focus on the group. Orton's clearly not interested at the moment. He just wants the World Heavyweight title. But Cody, I don't even know what's going on with him. Going on about how he's disfigured and ugly now. Wearing a mask that's clear. It's see-through.
Man, this has been a great matchup.
Dashing Cody Rhodes, taking him over.
He's definitely not calling himself dashing right now. That is definitely not a thing. undashing.
And there's the technique of the two-time All-American. What a match. There's the tag. King, as soon as this match is over, we may need our medical.
Gotta say, this is not looking good for the World Heavyweight Champion Jack Swagger. We've already seen one champion injured tonight. We really don't need to see another one.
Looking to put him away. Oh my!
This is not good.
Control with extreme aggression.
Swagger could be looking to take a pinfall
Huge impact delivered
from
to
one
the
of the
neck.
people he'll be facing at Fatal 4-Way.
That should do it right there. One. He broke it up.
Thankfully, Regal was there to break it up. I mean, I don't know if necessarily "thankfully" is the right term.
When you watch
Thinking
Jordan
on
in a
it.
match like this, it's like he goes into some
Oh,
sort of
Cody,
zone.
no, don't do
He's in
that.
some sort of strange place in his head.
You could almost describe his emotion at times as emotionless.
Well, maybe his face is emotionless, but I think there's all sorts of
Legacy
evil
working
things going
together,
on in
as they always do.
that mind of his.
We got a tag. These athletes seem to have tried everything in their playbook.
No, there's more in their arsenal. I promise you that. I don't know what it is.
See the complete failure to communicate between them, though? Cody Rhodes there, he was ready to pull down the ropes and have Ted go flying over them. And friggin', and have Swagger go flying over them, and Ted didn't even, like, cooperate. There's no communication between these three. As I say, I think the Legacy are kind of falling apart.
Oh, what a suplex. This guy has strength, that's for sure.
I don't agree with a lot of things DiBiase says, but there's no denying.
I want to know why Swagger's being so stubborn. The World Heavyweight Champion is not usually like this, but he's not backing down and he's not tagging out. Oh, jeez. Completely let go of him halfway through that move. That was weird. There's no breaking point meter. Swagger's been inching that little bit closer to Regal.
Executed that move perfectly.
Cody. And he tags out.
Tag back to the big boss.
Ow! You'll be feeling that in the morning.
Oh boy.
Watch it.
Oh, this ain't good. The world champion doesn't need this. Big punt kick across the face.
Punted his lights out. 1, 2.
Regal couldn't get there in time, and Jack Swagger has just suffered a pinfall at one of the hands of one of the three people he'll face at Fatal 4-Way. The Legacy reminding everybody that they are a solid unit.
He gets a big victory here tonight.
Love him or hate him.
Well,
that was an
they still got their victory in the end. I guess they are a solid unit after all. I'm here questioning, you know, how well these guys are sticking together. They proved me wrong. They did just fine. The Legacy stand victorious to close out Raw. Thankfully, Jack Swagger is not injured. I was really starting to worry I was going to see that cutscene again. Well, that's it for this one, though. As we now move on to the extra bit. Everybody's favorite bit, the extra bit. So much Randy Orton. Okay. So yeah, here it is. Ezekiel Jackson has been injured. The doctors have concluded recovery is hopeless. I wonder if this will be the end of his career. I want to know who's saying that last bit. I wonder. I swapped the US title out just for now because Jackson's not the champion, but I can't take the belt off of him. And I didn't want to like give it to someone and give off a false impression. So at the moment it's Regal there, but I'll let whoever replaces him from the powerhouse wear the title to the match. Yes, rankings. Okay, so Trish Stratus takes a dip underneath Alicia Fox. No change in the tag division. Batista finds himself at number 2. I don't know why. He's not going for the hardcore title. I mean, no one's going for the hardcore title. And Randy Orton is now number 1, which makes sense. Kevin Nash drops from number 1 to number 3. Again, that makes sense. Punk drops to number 4, which makes a lot of sense. He's not really doing anything to do with the world title right now. But Batista is all the way down at number 20. Because he's DLC. You got to really work to get the DLC ones up there. What else have we got? So, Ziggler and Bryan. It takes Jackson off of the rankings, I know that. So Ziggler, Bryan, and Brodus. So Brodus stays at 26 after losing, but Ziggler and Bryan, Dolph Ziggler is now 12 instead of 13. Bryan remains the same. And the main event, Randy Orton, as you saw, he went up. Regal has dropped a rank, and Cody and Ted. Cody has stayed at 14 and Ted has gone from 18 to 16. So there you go, there's the rankings change of that episode. So you will not be seeing this match. You will be seeing a tag team match. It will be the Road Warriors up against D-Generation X. You will not be seeing this match. It will be another tag team match. It will be Mark Henry and R-Truth against the Misfits, Alex Riley and Zack Ryder. And in the main event, you will not be seeing a triple threat. You'll be seeing an ECW Championship match between Wade Barrett and Nemesis. So that's what you can expect to see in the next episode. I'll see you all then. Bye-bye.